unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
No.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And a short gain down to about the 33. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw here. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Let's go, D. Let's go, D. No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Green with a catch left side. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And now running right through it. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. They go play action here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll look to throw now on first down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Gone!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll hand it now to Geis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Leopard! All right, now, look at 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No one
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Kwiatkowski. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Here we go.
They start on the ground with Geis. Fancy footwork in midfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Gone! Man, I got you. Detroit!
Now back to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Looking to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Takk McKinley in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Takk McKinley in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll drop the throw. Off to Geis on the screen. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Geis receives the pitch. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Gone!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Gone!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And some room to roam now. And they finally get him down at the other 46. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And Lutz's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Tack McKinley in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Leopard!
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They're coming. Detroit!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Detroit!
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On the handoff, it's Geis. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Well, that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Chubb on the counter. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Single.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down.
Now a give running left is Geis. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Good!
He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got him bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On the ground, Geis. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they did. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars continue to roll. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it again with Chubb. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Being chased out left. And he's got his man. That's Fountain. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 31, check 31. Mike 9, Mike 9.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Now a toss. This is Geis, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd down, here's Geis. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
But it was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90.
Here we go with Geis. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, gave me the choke code. I be out on